Hey everybody, Blake Stone here. I thought I would talk about Splitgate a little bit. Oh, where are those? Where are my sunglasses? God, I'm not trying to look cool. This light is just very bright, bothers my eyes. So Splitgate. It is a Halo ripoff. Meet Portal. And I don't know how to speak about this game in length, so I'll just get right down to it. Maybe this won't be much longer than my shorts. So I did not exactly do a lot of, didn't really play too much with the port. I mean, they have a decent, it's like a 5-10 minute tutorial, maybe 15 minutes tops. I think a lot of the tutorial, I think half the tutorial is just kind of pointless. But it'll teach you how to use the portal gun, which is important. It'll teach you the ways you can take down your enemy with the portal gun. I remember there's one way you could like drop down from above, out of the ceiling and land on your enemy, I think. I'm actually forgetting. I mostly just used it for, I would shoot one portal here and one portal right next to me, and I would try to shoot it in the middle where guys were running by, and I would just shoot them through that little window. And that was pretty fun. You know, just that's the one thing this game has that no other game has that I'm aware of is I don't really care all that much about Portal as a game. But the idea that I can put a window in the middle of the battlefield and just sit in the corner and spy on people, it really is the same kind of appeal that spying on people gives you. But that's kind of where the fun ends for me. Is because like I don't have a problem with a game that is sort of a rip-off of another game. Oh, maybe I should leave that. If you do it well. Problem is, there's so little creative liberty taken from this game, from Halo, I mean, that it really looks like they're just really trying to rip Halo off as hard as they can, but they have a portal gun, and they just don't do it very well. They don't. It's just not a very good shooter. I don't know how to, you know, I don't know how to say this, except for it's just like the shooters I like, the guns feel good. The way you swing your weapon, it feels right. When you, you know, when you swing the weapon and you got the crosshair out here, the weapon will move independently from the crosshair, so it feels like you have to slow the weapon down. I was gonna pull out something to demonstrate this, but YouTube might not like that, so I'll just use my hand. But when when you swing the weapon in this game, it's just a lot of, when you stop, it just kind of seems to stop dead in its tracks. Everything just feels so stiff. All the shooting is so stiff. Like, it's a problem. How stiff everything feels. And it was, in my opinion, you just don't see shooters like this anymore, where the shooting is so stiff. It really does separate a good shooter from a bad shooter. In my mind, it's one of the most obvious things. Shooting's got to feel right, or right enough. And this game has a problem with gameplay. I just think a lot of the gameplay is bad. I think jumping is just, the jetpack is not fun. I keep wanting to, maybe this is just my situation. What I want to do is I just want to hold the damn button down. But I always do it wrong. Like, I can't remember how I do it wrong, but I always fuck up the jumping on the first jump. Because there's like a meter and it'll shrink down. I just don't, I don't find using the jetpack enjoyable, and I find that I miss a lot of my jumps, and I just feel, it just feels like the controls are just stiff. Like, I'm not a big fan of the controls. But it's got that portal gun. Like, that's what this game has, is the portal gun. But everything around it is just not, it's just, the gameplay is not fun, because it feels so awful. Or it just feels like bootleg Halo in the worst way. And I'm kind of tearing into this game for a reason, because that portal gimmick is great. It's just, shooting is what you do in that game. So it's just such a fundamental part of the gameplay of that game, and if the shooting doesn't feel good, it really hampers the whole experience. So I think they need to completely overhaul the physics in this game, the way that especially the gun physics, and just the game feel. The game feel has to change. Like, the momentum, everything just feels real sticky. I'm just a little disappointed, because like I said 100 times already, I really do enjoy dropping a portal in the middle and catching people off guard, catching them by surprise. It really gives me a feeling of power, of I got control over this situation and you don't. But anyone can do that to you, and I could see how this could be like a smart person's game, if they're just real smart at figuring out where to drop the portal, because that's you kind of feel like an idiot. I did, at least, because it's like, fuck, I gotta strategize, and I gotta do it fast, because this is a shooter and the time to death isn't very long. What else about this game? I didn't really care much for the suits of armor. It's just everything from the suits of armor to everything, the maps. It all feels like they were just trying to be Halo, but they were not interested in giving it its own flair. Like, there's no artistic expression in this game at all. Like, it's just so generic and dull. I don't know. I don't know. This game has been around for a little while, a couple of years, from what people are saying. I had no idea. But I don't know. I wanted to improve. I just don't know how much of this stiff gameplay I can endure. But that's mostly how I don't. It's such an easy game in a nutshell. The Portal adds a lot to the gameplay that it's not something we've experienced in a game before, because there's no combat in Portal. But the gameplay in Splitgate just holds it down. Does not make it easy to enjoy the game when it's just not fun to engage with the gameplay. Anyway, I will be streaming that on Twitch. I think Real Blake Stone is my Twitch. So hit me up. And yeah, that's all I got for tonight. It's late. I'm tired. Time for bed.